You're listening to the Rusty Shovel Landscape Show on NewsTalk Radio.
And this is Dave Arnold. Welcome to NewsTalk 980 CJME's Talk to the Experts. Sean with me once again from the Rusty Shovel. Sean, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Dave. How are you?
A little busy, a little crazy, I hear.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. Sun comes out, ground dries up, and people want to get in their yards.
Yeah. Oh, it's been so long.
Yeah, a little bit longer than most years even, too. So
now, last time that we had a chance to talk, we talked about sprinkler systems and irrigation systems, and I want to keep on the water theme, but something a little different. Water features.
Yes.
And that's a broad topic. I mean, it covers a lot of different things, but how would you describe a water feature? What does that mean?
Basically, a water feature is anything that gets water moving in your yard for your enjoyment. Water is so soothing, and it's everybody can get enjoyment out of it. So it goes from everything from a little fountain that you can put on your deck or patio up to a full-scale pond or a waterfall or a bubbler or a fountain. There's so many options to look at. You're right.
You know, it's fascinating, too. I think water features are becoming more and more popular all the time.
Absolutely, yeah. It's, people are trying to kind of get away from the monotony that you see in a lot of neighborhoods where it's, cookie cutter, okay, I got my grass and I got my flower bed kind of thing, and that's about it. So it's just adds a whole nother element to your landscape.
Now, I mean, when we talk water features, a lot of people, okay, so do I have to dig an Olympic-sized swimming pool hole in my backyard to get this? It's amazing how some of these are so unobtrusive and non-invasive. And the way that they're designed, it's easy for people to set them up themselves. It's a no-brainer.
Oh, absolutely. Like, we've got things that will basically fit in a flower pot, like a fountain the size of a flower pot, essentially, or something that would fit right in a little flower bed, whether it's just off your back patio or up to the front entrance of your house for a little bit of curb appeal, right up to full-size things. But yeah, you don't have to be looking to spend a fortune to get the sound of running water going in your yard.
It's so soothing.
Oh, it's absolutely relaxing for sure. It's I've got just a little guy on my deck right now, and you take the dog out for a run in the morning, and you come back, you cook breakfast, and you sit down on the deck, and you've got the birds chirping and the water running, and it just kind of takes you to another place, and that's about as good as it gets right there. For sure.
It's a real zen moment. It is just so soothing. Well, I was in the other day, and just walking into the Rusty Shovel and just. It's just like this. It's an immediate relaxation because you have them set up, and so people can see exactly what they do and how they work.
Yeah, exactly. We've got kind of we try and get a bunch of different varieties and different sizes so that people can see, A, how these things work, and then B, get the full effect, because you see some of these things like when you just see them sitting on the floor not hooked up, it's kind of like, okay, that's whatever it is. But then as soon as you put the water to it, it's just like, okay, yeah, I want that in my yard, because that's going to be a relaxing part of my day, whether it's first thing in the morning when you're having your coffee, or last thing at night before you go to bed. It's just a great way to unwind in your yard for sure. And
it's fascinating too, the variations that are available, because I think a lot of times people think, oh yeah, a little fountain in the back, the typical little 3-tier bird feeder fountain thingy with, man, this is not Grandpa's fountain anymore, man.
No, and I mean, like, we do carry some of those, because that's there's still
look for
some.
Some.
It's a classic look, and there's people that like that, and it's all. But we wanted to get something in for all different styles. So whether you're just like when you're building a house, some people like traditional look, some people like more modern, some people like clean lines, some people like more natural. We've got everything from big ceramic urns that bubble out the top to basalt columns, natural stone basalt columns.
And those are gorgeous.
Yeah, it's definitely a popular look. It's very rustic, and you get that mountain feel really from those as well.
The interesting thing too with these, let's talk about the bubblers to begin with, and this is kind of the basic things where you can start out. These things don't cost a fortune, and there's so many varieties available. And the nice thing about this, you don't have to dig up the yard and run underground hoses, and they're self-contained units.
Yeah, the great thing about this is, like, a lot of people when they see a water feature, whether it be a pond, waterfall, bubbler, or whatever, they think that you have to have water plumbed to it, and that's not the case. I mean, we can incorporate a line that's fed out there with a float system on it so that it automatically fills as the water gradually evaporates, but it's definitely not a necessity. We've got units that are self-contained. Basically, your basin will get dug into the ground, or you can build up some bricks around it, or get creative with how to cover that up. And there's different sizes, everything from basically like a 5-gallon pail to something as I think the biggest one that we've got is without getting into something custom, we're basically 45 inches squares. So it's not a huge hole that you're going to have to dig if you want the sound of water. And basically what you do with those basins is just dig them into the ground, cover them up with a decorative rock, and then the fountain or the bubbler basically spills over and back into the gravel, so it looks like it's just disappearing into the ground, when in actuality there's a basin hidden under there, and it just recirculates.
It recirculates, so you're not having this water that's just taking off and disappearing on you.
Yeah, like when you're people are going to be having to explain to their friends and family when they come over, because they're just going to be kind of awestruck at, okay, where does the water go? How does this all work? I know when the first time when I saw one set up at a trade show, I was like, I had the exact same thing. How the heck is this thing working? And it's that's part of the fun too, is kind of amazing your friends that way too.
So you do need some power, but you can just run just a very simple cord, and it can go just basically just under the surface. You can run it through your garden. You can run it through the edge. It's very, very simple. So again, it's not like you're digging up a half of your yard to try to run water and try to get power and everything. It just doesn't work that way.
No, exactly. Like the pumps that we've got come with quite a long power cord on them, and basically that's all there is to it. So where you're putting these things is usually in like a flower bed or some sort of a rock area or mulch area kind of thing. So you can typically just cover the cord up with rock or with mulch and
whatever decorative stuff you're using on the surface.
Yeah,
is generally
exactly.
what people will do.
So you never really even know that it's there. And come wintertime, all you have to do is unplug that pump and take it out, and that's basically all there is to it. So.
See, it's interesting too, because this is the Rusty Shovel. Basically, it allows people to do this for themselves. So it's not where you have a whole work crew coming in. It's something you can put together by yourself very easily, very simply. It is absolutely no-brainer. But you've also got videos on your website, so follow along step by step by step. And, of course, you're always there to answer any questions and offer your expertise. It's got to be real satisfying for people because, again, very easy to install, very easy to put in, and all of a sudden they're sitting there enjoying that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the money that people spend on their landscapes, and at the price point of some of these things, like we start some of our things as low as $100. You can get a little feature in.
See, this is amazing because when I was in and I looked at it, I went, "Oh man, that's got to be what?"
Yes,
it's so affordable, and what an impact it can have on landscaping and on a yard.
Yeah, like we've got a handful of fountains to choose from, so it's not just like you're going to come in and there's one that's $100 and the rest are $8,000 or something like that. Like there's a good selection at that $100 to $200 type of range, and then we get up. There's you take your next step up into the $500 to $800 range. There's a good selection there, and then $1,000 plus. There's a good selection there too. So it's all the size that you're looking for, the look that you're looking for, and obviously budget plays into it too.
Now, a great resource for people is actually the website. Examples of everything there, and people can see them run. They can see all the different designs and price points. The website is www.therustyshovel.ca. So www.therustyshovel.ca, or you can give Sean a call if you'd like, 757-2227, 757-2227. Best bet, though, Sean, is to actually stop in and see them at work, see them in operation in your shop. It's just unbelievable. And you're hidden right behind Staples on North Albert at 680 Angus Street.
Yeah, you bet.
Can't miss it. I need to take a quick break. Can you stay with me through the break, Sean?
Yep, for sure.
We'll be back with more Sean with the Rusty Shovel after this.
You're listening to the Rusty Shovel Landscape Show on NewsTalk Radio.
Hi, this is Dave Arnold. Welcome back. My special guest in the studio with me, Sean from the Rusty Shovel. Sean, thanks for holding through the break.
No problem.
I guess for people just joining us, perhaps tell us a little bit about the Rusty Shovel.
Well, we're basically new for, this is our second year going. We've been in the business for a long time, mostly supplying contractors and stuff, but got into the retail game last year, and because we're expanding our product lines and wanted to kind of show it off and give people something different. So we've got everything from we've talked about the water features, irrigation. We've got we're a Syndicrete dealer, so we carry retaining wall, block, paving stone. We've got some
LED lighting.
Yeah, LED landscape lighting. We've got some cedar product to make arbors and pergolas and screens and stuff like that. And so really pretty much anything that you're looking for in your yard besides, I think, sod and dirt and like your regular crushed rock is about all we don't carry. So like professional landscape fabric, edging, good quality stuff. We try and stay away from the stuff that you're going to find at the hardware store and stick to the stuff that your professional landscape contractors.
Well, yeah, and you've been supplying contractors for so long that this is the materials that you've been using.
Yeah, exactly. So why not put that stuff? Whether you're a homeowner or a professional landscaper, I mean, you want to use the best stuff there is. So
and the opportunity for Joe and Jane Average to actually get the really good stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Contractor grade. We're touching on water features is kind of what we're focusing on. Our first segment, we talked about the bubblers, which are amazing and so soothing and just a huge variety and it's so affordable. I mean, I think people sometimes will look and go, "Oh, this has got to be." I mean, the price points start at $100 and then move up depending on size and everything else. I mean, it's phenomenal.
You look at $100 to $1,200, you get pretty much your pick of the litter, whatever you like as far as bubblers go. And when you look at it, that's going to be the focal point of your yard.
Yeah.
So I mean, you'll spend $800 on a sprinkler system that nobody's ever going to see, but to spend the same on something that is going to be the focal point of your whole yard is really something that I think.
Well, and the nice thing with the bubblers and with the waterfalls and the ponds and other things we're going to get into, you can actually sit out and enjoy them as opposed to the sprinklers, in which case you pretty much got to get out. So
yeah, exactly. And in a lot of cases, if you got an automatic system, that's coming on at 2-3 in the morning. So unless you got a nice nightlife, you're not sitting up
getting
and
the full enjoyment out of it.
Yes, exactly.
And what you really specialize in is packages that are put together, professionally put together and custom designed for each individual client that they can install themselves. And this, I mean, it's number one, it saves them a lot of money. Number two, it's easy to do. This is very, very simple, straightforward stuff. In the bubblers, for example, you're not trying to run water lines. You're not trying to do any of that. They're very non-intrusive in the sense of what you have to do to actually put one of these in.
Yeah, we really try and take the guesswork out of it. And, we'll basically size the basin for you so that you've got some options there, but to make sure that you're going to have adequate supply of water sitting there, and also the size of the pump is a big deal too. You're going to want to make sure that you're getting a pump that's going to operate at an efficient energy rate kind of thing. So
and give you the effect you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to want to put a water feature in that's if you're looking for something that's just dribbling out, you don't want to have something that's going to be drowning out the sound of the nature. Yeah. And if you want something like that that's really rumbling, you don't want something that's just going to trickle out. So we try and take the guesswork out of that for people for sure.
Oh, yeah, because you are the experts.
Yes.
Now, the other thing, if people want to go like kind of a grander scale, the ponds, the couple of amazing systems that you've got, and you've got them set up in your location. You're hiding right behind Staples on North Albert at 680 Angus Street. People can go in. You've got everything kind of mapped out so people can see exactly how the whole process works and what's going to be needed. But talk a little bit about some of the ponds and some of the options there.
Well, yeah. Typically what people think about when they're talking about ponds is something that's a hard shell case that's plunked down in the yard, doesn't look very natural, and they've got a pump that they kind of plug in as they're out in the yard type of thing, and it turns into pea soup looking stuff with a bunch of algae in it, and it's really more of a headache than an enjoyment thing. And we use a supplier of our pond and bubblers and water feature materials is Aquascape, is one of the biggest pond manufacturers in North America, and they've basically, the guy that started the company was a contractor, so basically he's gone through all the steps of when he was a kid, dug a hole in his backyard and filled it up with water, and he's made all the mistakes, and what he's done now is just make it really simple. So like our pond kits, they have 20 steps, 20 products to put in a pond, and basically, no matter the size of the pond, it's going to be the same 20 steps, same 20 products, and the instructions are just like in pictures on the side of the box. It's that simple, and then we've also got the videos to show people as well.
Yeah, again, the website is really amazing. www.therustyshovel, all one word, .ca. So that's therustyshovel.ca. And as a matter of fact, some of the bubblers we were talking about earlier, when you see the picture or the image on the website, you can actually click on it. In many cases, there's actual video, so you can see the bubblers in action, see the ponds in action, and step-by-step instructions as well of actual work, and here's how it fits. It's absolutely amazing. Talk about making it easy for people.
Yeah, exactly. And on those videos, like we can't obviously have every piece that we carry running all at the same time. So what we try and do is we have a few basins set up. We'll swap pieces in and out, and when they're running, we'll take videos, and we're adding more videos to the site all the time so that people can actually get the the full experience of what that's going to be like. So
now pond is another option for water features. What about the pondless waterfall? If people don't want to do the pond, the waterfalls are gorgeous.
Yeah, like if you're, a lot of concern is, I want the look of the waterfall, and I want the running water. I want that natural creek look, but I don't want the maintenance of a pond. I don't want fish. I don't want, aquatic plants or anything like that. I just want the look of the waterfall. And what Aquascape has come up with is called the pondless waterfall. And basically what it is instead of digging out your basin for an open body of water, you're going to dig out your basin, and it's called a snorkel and centipede. It's basically like an L-shaped unit that fits in the bottom of this basin, and it's going to act as kind of like a vault for your pump to go in. And then you're going to backfill that hole in with rock. We've also got a product called Aqua Blocks that kind of make a void in that basin as well, so that you can fit more water in a smaller area. Mm-hmm. But essentially, that pond gets filled all in with rock. So and then you build your waterfall to spill into that. So basically, what you're looking at is the waterfall, but instead of it spilling into a pool of water, it's just going to look like it's disappearing into a bed of gravel, and it's just something that's really fascinating to people.
Well, it's absolutely amazing what is available. And again, what really struck me when I came is how affordable these are. I was anticipating sticker shock. But it is amazing what you can do with a very modest budget and the impact you can have either in the backyard, front yard, wherever you're looking to do it. It's absolutely astounding. So
yeah, I mean, you look at about like our pondless waterfall kits start at about $1,100 plus your rock. I mean, we truck in rock from all over the place if you're looking for more of a high end look for your water feature. But I mean, there's farmers out there too that are giving the stuff away. So
yes.
Whatever you want to do there is up to you.
You want to go for the local natural look.
Yes, exactly. So
Sean, it's been great having you in, man.
Thanks, Dave.
It's been great talking to you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Sean is my guest from The Rusty Shovel. Again, their website, an amazing resource for you. www.therustyshovel.ca. That's therustyshovel.ca. You can call them as well, 757-2227, 757-2227, or stop in. That's the best way to do it. See what's there. They're hiding right behind Staples on North Albert at 680 Angus Street. This is Dave Arnold. You've been listening to News Talk 980 CJME's Talk to the Experts.